ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at VHS. And I'm kind of excited about this because just some background on this before we dive in, okay? I, as you know, am a ex-Dead by Daylight player. Played about 500 hours, which if you know the streaming space, that's light on the streaming space. 500 hours in one game, you'd think would be a lot. It's not for some of the other content creators out there. God bless them. Do what you got to do. You know, I understand. This game looks like Dead by Daylight, but better. So we're going to check out the trailer and a couple gameplay things here, and I'm going to make sure that the volume's nice and good. So headphone warning to those involved. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is the trailer, and then we're going to watch the gameplay thing after it, okay? First of all, like in the song, very 80s horror vibe, you know? It's like a video store. Dare I say a Blockbuster, you know? Ooh, I like how they're all the monsters. Yeah, see? It's like Friday Night Horror Club, and they're in the computer, you know? Dear Lord. It's sick, chat. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm all about it, so. You can hurt the killers, okay? There's all these, like, wacky tools, right? Some kind of cross, sure. There's a ray gun. You know? Cool outfits for the characters. The survivors, right? You can revive somebody, it looks like. Some kind of fish thing. Yeah, I know what that is. I'm not going to spoil it with that stuff. There's a ray gun. Sick. A sword. So there's a werewolf, right? I know that much because I saw one of the trailers. So look, when I saw this game, I was like, another DBD game, whatever. Oh, I haven't liked this yet? Oh, I think I went on my other account. Sure. So my first reaction to VHS was like, yo, this looks incredible. I have been wanting, dare I say needing, a better Dead by Daylight for a long time. I think the Dead by Daylight is a really well done game with some serious flaws, where it's, you've heard me say, it's one of the most unique games in the top 10 on Twitch. And it is consistently going up and down from the top 10 on Twitch. Some of the systems in there I don't love. The hook system begets unfun gameplay, right? Where the killer is forced, as a killer main, to hard patrol, camp the hook, and get those points, right? And man, this kind of game where I'm going to show y'all some gameplay. That was it, the Dollmaster? Yeah, I'm going to show you the Dollmaster. So let's check this out. Look how horrifying this thing is. Chat, I don't like how this looks. It's the stuff of nightmares, okay? So, and also, there's 5 survivors, and one of them, I'm going to mute it for a sec while they do this. One survivor spawns in as the killer. So you don't know who the killer is necessarily. I don't know how they're going to do that. In solo queue, you can, like, I guess that works in solo queue, but if you're like with friends, I assume you're going to know who's trying to murder everybody, right? And you can choose when to transform, right? So let's see.
Cool. So you start out as a teen, but you transform immediately.
Yeah. So you can.
He goes right in.
Monster, you have sort of a decision you can make. You can stay as a teen.
All right. So before we go any further, I want to show this. Like, so the teens are on the left. This is the game UI. This is like, it's not released yet. The game's not even in beta yet. I signed up 100%. So you see on the left, we see the killer. We see where the killer is. So this is really good and a good quality of life thing. This is like needed in things like Rainbow Six Siege, in games like this where the location of things are very important, right? So it just says you're in the Reno Room hallway. This way you know what the call out is. Because when y'all saw me playing Siege, I'm like, I'm on the corner, and you know, where is the corner? Which corner? No one knows. No one knows. So nice. Then you see the survivors, and they have various debuffs. You can give them whatever. The kit is in the bottom right, the abilities, and you have like the Dollmaster's little dolls they can put around sick. This stuff up here, this is how you kill, this is how the survivors win. The survivors have to like subdue or kill the monster, and they do it in 4 different ways. Like, it looks like the body, the mind, the spirit, and the soul. I don't know, something like that. It's like fire for body, the cross is for the mine. I don't know. And like this is like for the it's just different artifacts, and I'm sure there's lore behind it. But basically, the survivors have to craft 4 things in order to end the killer. The killer has to down the survivors a couple times. I'm still not super clear on that because I'm trying to react to this as I talk to y'all while also looking up a little bit. So
Pretend like you're one of the teens,
that's what the UI is. Let's see.
or you can just transform.
I'm interested.
Immediately. Eventually, you will be forced to transform after like 15 seconds. But as Doll Master, you want to be running around, placing your traps, and you've got a lot of setup to do. So
Yeah.
As you can see why I like this character already, being a hag main, right?
He needs that network in order to be able to sort of
Yeah.
be on top of things, right?
exactly, 'cause he does all his work through his dolls. So here, I've just possessed the first doll of the match. So
So he places dolls around the map, and he can pick one. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna inhabit that one. The dolls run around with these scissors. I need this game to come out for Halloween so we can play it for spooky season. If I need, yeah, he's the doll master, Shelly. Okay, so he can like you start playing as the doll, and he's got these little scissors, and they're tiny, and they like run at the survivors. And wait till you see this lunge it has. It's nuts.
the vision's a little bit lower to the ground because the dolls are kind of short. And here we go.
Nice. You
So-
caught Mikkel right off the bat.
Yeah. So the dolls have a leap ability, so it's on like a short sort of.
You're playing this game for the first time. Okay, let me like set the stage. You're playing this game for the first time. New players haven't looked up what the killers do, and a literal doll comes like skittering towards you, and it just jumps at you with that noise. Get out of town! Are you kidding me? It's so funny.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here, what I just did was I went from one doll and then I possessed another doll. So you can basically chain doll possessions back to back.
Like it's everything I've wanted in Hag. The map control, the map domination, and you can choose. And I'll spoil something. I would hate that. Yeah, everybody would. You know what I'm saying? It'd be terrible. Look how this UI element here. Okay, I hope you all can see my mouse. I think so. This is like the various spots that the survivors can craft stuff. So like the survivors can craft a lightning thing here, fire thing here, whatever. This is like a placed doll, and the doll is like asleep, so nobody's by it. Okay, it's also a detection method. It's not just like you can port there. This one is yellow, so there's a survivor close to that. So the doll master can see where people are and be like, I'm gonna hunt him over here. It's ridiculous.
As long as you've got more dolls to possess.
Yeah. And that's useful because they have a limited amount of life, as you can see in the bottom left corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Bottom left, you can see I've got about a little less than half of the lifetime left on this doll. And when the lifetime runs out, the doll is still there. It'll still be in the map. It'll just be kind of like in a dormant state.
Nice. You got Kyle.
Okay. So yeah.
Typical.
So hit Kyle twice. So you can see on the left side, they're downed right now. They're knocked prone. So they can't do any building or anything. They need another teen to come and pick them up.
So we still have the down system. Oh yes, and definitely. Not at all creepy. We still have the down system. That's fine. I think you have to down a survivor enough times. It's like 2 or 3 times. I don't remember the exact number. And then they die. So there's no hook, right? There's no put them on a hook. But when they're downed, it's the same as DBD where they crawl around. You can like res with your teammates' help. And there's a system that we'll see a little bit later that you can use to like res faster. It's basically no hook. The rest of it's very, very similar. So
Cool. So you're trying to select which one. You went to the white one, which means that there were no teens around that one. So why'd you choose to go the white one instead of the yellow one?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if they would have a weapon ready at the yellow one, and actually we just saw the icon color change to red, which means someone disarmed it. So someone actually was right there.
Right.
Now, were they armed? Would they have stunned me? Oh, hey,
now
there
you
we
find
go.
out, yeah.
So they might have just stunned me immediately as I possessed that doll.
Right.
we see our first weapon here. So the teens, the survivors, the teens, can craft weapons that some of them are stun oriented, so they just stun things. And then some of them are like kill oriented, which it looks like the kill ones are harder to craft, longer time, whatever. The kill one's got to be used on the killer. And the stun ones can be used on the killer too, but it just stuns them. It doesn't actually kill them. So you also notice, and I'll wait, hopefully it'll show it soon, when there's a hit, you'll see there's a pretty significant cooldown, and the killer like screeches all over the place. I don't know what that was until now. I like looked it up. There's one thing I was like, I need to know this. When the killer hits somebody, he screeches, and every survivor, every teen around the killer gets, like, not immobilized. They're not able to act. I think it's called subdued. They're not able to act. They're not able to craft. They're not able to, like, I don't think they can vault or anything like that. So a big deal if you're trying to, like, seagull. Remember, like, mine when they come at you in, like, DBD, and you hit one person, the other three, if they're all around you, they can't do anything. So this is a really elegant way, and there's a long cooldown. When the killer hits somebody, you'll see he, like, yells, and for like 3 seconds he's immobile, he can't do anything, and the vision is obscured because he, like, looks up. This is a really, really good system because when these games are basically tag for keeps, you know, with like a horror movie motif, right? You know what I'm saying? So in DBD, you can hit somebody, and then that's it. You just hit somebody, and then you kind of, like, small cooldown, and you can hit them again. So if there's a bunch of people around you, you can just keep hitting people, right? In this game, if you hit somebody, you have to wait, and they can get away, but if they're too close to you, then they also get subdued for like 10, 15 seconds. A big bad debuff if you choose to get close to the killer when he's chasing somebody else. So you have to, like, balance who's going to take the hit, where are you, how close are you. That's really cool. Teamwork. Oh, by the way, all the teens, all the survivors have voice comms in the game. Incredible. Necessary for games like this, in my opinion.
So you took the sort of the roundabout way to get to where you thought they were from the.
It was a little bit safer.
Cool. So that one, they just ran over a doll, so that it turns red there, and it's sort of glowing, meaning that someone ran over the doll, they tripped it. And if you start to possess that one, you possess it faster, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which is pretty handy. So I just teleported because my doll possession was on cooldown still, and they were kind of pressuring my body. So if the teens hit the dolls with weapons, it does stun the doll master for a little bit, but it doesn't wound him. You can see at the top of the screen we've got the 4 stigmas up there, one for each of the sort of damage types.
So that's what you were trying to avoid last time, right?
Exactly. So
And now notice, it's kind of hard to see because the YouTube thing's here, but he's got this little, like, red circle below the baby thing here, right? Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, so he's exposed now. So since the teen stunned the doll, he exposed the doll master, and now they know where the doll master is. Now they can go after him, you know? So really good teamwork there.
It'll show a little thing, and it'll make a noise. And so the teens, if they've got a weapon, they can sort of pre-fire and hit your doll as you're possessing it and stun as you come through. And that's exactly what they just did.
Right.
So what I like about this so far is that,
So you're back in the body here.
let me just, like, I'm not going to mute it, but I'm just going to move it down really, really quick. What I like about this so far is that when you're playing killer, you have an extremely powerful kit if you know how to use it, to the tune of you will kill 1 or 2 people a match. You will, because you just know what you're doing, right? When you're playing this, when I've seen this played as it is, and these are the developers playing it, so they're really, really freaking good at it, right? No one's invincible, right? So, like, he got in there, and you could see there's the freaking cooldown. So the killer's not invincible. The killer's, like, the objective is to kill the killer. So you have to, like, you know, balance how you're using your kit, and you're only 1 person against 4 people, right? So I find that the subtleties of DBD that made it unfun at scale, like when you play DBD enough, you kind of know, like, okay, he's gonna hit a pout here. Okay, he's going to do that here. Like, there isn't a lot you can do as a survivor except for just, like, do I have a flashlight? No, okay. I guess I'm going to have to pout loop. That's not very fun. Versus as a teen here, it's like, okay, what tool am I going to use? What am I going to use, the stun tool, or am I going to go for the kill tool? Oh, and because there's no hook, someone can go down, and then it's not like the end of the game for them, you know? Because if someone goes on the hook, and if you have a decent killer that knows how to hard patrol, then they're dead. Then they're out of the game. So it's more... in my opinion, it's a better game. It's more fun this way. My God, what's happening here? Can we just, like, watch what's happening? He's got, like, a bubble or something. Oop, looks like they took out the doll. 1 sec.
That's a pretty powerful weapon that I wanted to sort of get rid of, and I wanted to consume it. So that's why I ran towards it with the doll, and I hit it with the doll. So now that weapon's been used up, and it didn't deal the shock stigma to me. So, you know, no damage was dealt there.
Yeah.
And now that weapon's gone. But of course, I do get stunned, and I do get revealed every time my doll gets taken out with a weapon.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, so I wanted to show y'all, I think that's enough of this. I just wanted to show y'all VHS and, like, what it looks like and the gameplay there. And I am very excited for this because, quite frankly, these guys look like they're basically taking all the community feedback that is good because they shouldn't take all community feedback, but it looks like to me that they're taking the best parts of the community feedback that is DBD and putting it into a game like this with their own spin on it. So there's like a werewolf there that's like very fast. It's very like, it hunts you down. It like smells you if you're hurt because there's blood, you know what I'm saying? So it's a werewolf, you know what I'm saying? There's like a fish monster. That's what this is here. You know, it's oh, my face is in the way. Sheesh. There's a fish monster, you know? So, and that like its skin gets hard. So it gets like a shield because it's a fish. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. So, you know, there's all this really interesting ideas around the game that is like hide and seek for keeps. And I'm really excited to check out and try VHS. And man, I hope y'all join me because it is free to play. It will be free to play on launch. So when it drops, I think we're definitely going to be doing some kind of community night for this. We'll see. I'm interested to see what their like monetization strategy is going to be, knowing that it's free to play, seeing that it's free to play. Okay, so come work on VHS. Yeah, do you need a marketer? All right, chat. That was VHS. I just wanted I wanted to show it to you. I'm hoping to be able to do some VHS content in the not too distant future. Okay, very, very excited about that.